Hello everyone, my name is Kiva and I teach people how to achieve the luxe look for less, and that is exactly what I'm doing today because we are watching Cara Delevingne's 80 house tour. This is a phenomenal, luxurious, maximalist home, and we're going to discuss, can a normal person achieve this look at home? Is maximalism practical? How can we take the impractical elements of this home and make them accessible to everyday people? This is an episode that's pretty funny and it's one you're not going to want to miss. Before we get into today's video though, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram, but let's get into it.
Hi guys, we've met before, right? Hi AD, I'm Cara Delevingne and welcome to my house. Leo, come on.
She gets props with it.
Okay, yeah, see you later. Be back by 10, okay. This house is one of my favorite places to be. It's kind of like an adult playhouse, I like to call it. So we start off here. This is one of my favorite art pieces in the house. It's James Turrell. I'm a big fan of it. I just tend to kind of stand in front of it and stare at it, but don't stay too long because you might start to hallucinate. And as we go into this other room,
So if you look at the artwork that she just showed, so it is artwork that is actually projected. So the artwork is really cool. It is sophisticated, but I will say in like normal homes, it doesn't always come across as sophisticated. So if you just had your projector on, you'd be like, oh, you left your projector on. Whereas in this case, obviously it is a very stylistic, intentional choice. So just be cognizant of that when you're trying to craft a home that looks high end. You can't always perfectly emulate what these celebrities are doing because it doesn't work for everyone. Plus, that is really expensive, keeping a projector on all the time. I don't know if I could justify that electricity bill, but let's just keep going.
kind of the main sitting room. If you look at the ceiling, I really love the lattice work. It reminds me of being outside. And the Gucci wallpaper is also one of my favorites. And you'll see a continuation of that around the house. This is one of my favorite pieces in the room. It reminds me of being in England. I don't know why, with like horse straps, I suppose. We have a beautiful fireplace in here for the winter. A rotisserie chicken thing, which I've never used, but it was part of the old house, but
So love the rotisserie chicken thing. It's like having a Costco at home, and we love that for us. But as you're seeing, there are so many different portions of this home. So she has a lattice ceiling. She has the black and gold detailing on the rotisserie oven. There are so many different facets that are so different. And one thing about maximalism, yes, you want to make things match. You want them to look good, but it's also just kind of about throwing things together and seeing what happens. It's a risky design style. You kind of just gotta like go for it and just be really confident in your design decisions. Of course, she worked with a phenomenal designer, but just know that if you're doing it yourself, step back and don't say, oh, this is exactly what my mood board looks like. I need it to look like this was maximalism. No, just kind of go for it, be creative, and wait and see what beautiful thing you create.
This house before, it was built in around the 30s, but before the guys who owned it, it was very black and white. And I wanted to lighten everything up, brighten everything up. And I took one of the old art pieces from my first AD thing with my sister, and I put it in this house, the Chemical X. Shh, Alfie. That's me trying to be calm. Alfie, come here, baby. It's okay. It's okay. This house is very hard floors, so when you step on the floor too much, it hurts your feet. That sounds so spoiled, and I know it is, but I got a little mini razor scooter so I could scoot from my bedroom to the kitchen.
But to brighten up the space, she used 3D artwork and didn't put it on the wall. She actually put it out into space and suspended it to kind of add more dimension and help it seem like brighter and make the ceilings feel taller. And I think this was a really successful thing to do. Don't be afraid to kind of be creative with what art means to you and how you display artwork. You will also notice that in this dining room, she had a glass dining table. And while I love a good glass dining table, they aren't practical for everyone because you get those little fingerprints and handprints all over all the time, whether or not you have little ones or four-legged little ones or you're just like a normal person. It is something really difficult to upkeep if you actually sit at your dining table all of the time. So I'd probably go with something wooden or metal, just something that makes the upkeep a lot easier because like who wants to spend all that time wiping off a dining table? I certainly don't.
So now we're back into the drawing room. I call this the games room. This wicked, well, it's a see-through piano, which I like to play piano on naked because I've been alone in this house for a long time, so generally I would be naked, but obviously AD said no to that, so I don't know why.
I think that's fair.
Here again, Hugh Hefner is a big inspiration for this house. You know, this is kind of feels like my Playboy mansion. This is where we lead on to the other Gucci wallpaper, so I like the kind.
So I absolutely adore all the wallpaper. I think wallpaper is amazing. And I think you can definitely wallpaper different spaces in your home. I would say if you have an open concept, which means you have like one long continuous room or you have several rooms like that, wallpapering can kind of be difficult because it's very hard to kind of like segment the different spaces. So if you're gonna wallpaper something, maybe wallpaper the main wall or one wall in its entirety and kind of like go big or go home. But if you have more of a closed concept, individual rooms, it's a lot easier kind of like mix it up with the wallpaper. One thing I will say is wallpaper is amazing, but wallpaper can be expensive. So you can actually get the same look using paint. You can do murals, you can do stripes, you can do like a lot of these different things with paint as well. So just keep that in mind if you want this look, but you can't justify the Gucci wallpaper. I don't do like go into Gucci and buy that. I don't know where you get that, but I'm not gonna get it.
This house, because again, it's kind of crazy. And there's Leo again. Hi. This is my favorite bathroom in the house. This is the David Bowie shrine. David Bowie. I also like to collect Japanese puzzle boxes. Oh, wait a minute. Hi. Look at who it is. It's me and my sister and Lindsay.
I love the powder room. I love that it's themed after David Bowie. Yours doesn't have to be themed after David Bowie, but having really robust, eclectic, cool powder rooms are amazing. I think even if you're not into maximalism, this is something that you can do. This is something I'm working on. I started the project like literally 3 months ago and I just like walk past it and ignore it because I'm not ready to work on it yet. But having a bold powder room is really easy to do because it's just one room. It's tucked away. You don't always have to see it. It's not like the door is always open, and if it is, please close it. But you can do something bold and fun in your powder room. Hers is all gold. Yours can be all black, all blue. It can be rainbow. If you want to try out the wallpaper, this is where I say try it out, dabble, see if you like it. Don't do it to your living room first, right? Because if you hate it, you're going to mess up your walls. You're probably going to have to repaint. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole thing. So start on the mini level. Start with the powder room.
Oh, this is my bedroom. Every time I walk in here, I feel calm again. Again, kind of with the theme of Alice in Wonderland, I have these like beautiful urns inside. I also have this wonderful piano by my bed, which makes me feel really happy because I wake up and I just play. This bed this is from my old house. It's again huge, and the furniture from the old house as well. We also have these lovely bouquet of vagina flowers. It's vagina appreciation.
Amazing. She's really out there, but I'll say the bedroom is a place that's not really working for me right now. So the bedroom, the bed and the nightstands, they're built in and they're all mirrored. And for me, again, mirrors are really, really hard to maintain. Anything glass-based is hard to maintain. So dust, debris, whatever it is you get up to in your bedroom, all of that is going to stick to that glass, to that mirror, and it's just not a good time. There's nothing worse than a dusty mirror. There's nothing worse than dusty anything, but mirrors really just like take the cake. They're super off-putting and makes your house like look dirty, even if you're like the cleanest person in the world. We just don't want that. I don't want you to have to take out a second mortgage just to buy Windex. That is ridiculous. The headboard also, I don't like being able to like see myself in bed. It's not really great for feng shui. It does put like a lot of emphasis on womanhood and sex and sexuality, so I think it actually makes a lot more sense for her, but it's not something that I put in the standard home. I think the bedroom is just supposed to be a really nice and calming place that is good for sleep, and I think I don't always love maximalism in spaces like that because I don't think that they're necessarily conducive to the calm.
Style in here, but also very obviously typically LA, and plants galore. So it's still jungle, but I definitely think it's a bit more mad. So then we go out here. This is kind of my little like garden sanctuary. We have like all the plants and the lemon and orange trees, and we have these curtains.
I wish I had trees.
This is an extremely peaceful area.
But I live in a condo.
I go sit in the morning if I need a script to read or something I need to get done. Oh, look at Alfie sitting on the bed like a good boy. These are his stairs. We keep going through here. This bathtub is everything. Massive TV. You see this little walkway. It's quite scary probably for the gardener who sees me stark naked. I forget to put down the shade sometimes. Then I have the steam shower, which is brilliant. This toweling chair, a his and her sink or a hers and her sink, you know, depending on my mood. This is my shoe cupboard, which is basically just trainers and boots and like 1 or 2 pairs of heels, namely these, or lots of stripper heels, which is great because they're actually very comfortable. Yeah, lots and lots of boots.
I'd love to know where she got her heels because I personally do not find them comfortable, but let's talk about this bathroom. So if you ever have the opportunity to do your own bathroom, to like, you know, take it down to the studs and do it yourself, do what Cara did here. So there is a glorious bathtub and there's also a shower. So having a bathtub and a shower separately is amazing. I know this is a sore subject for people and no one likes when I say this, but the shower bath combos are rarely good looking. They rarely are. They just don't look that good. They kind of look like bath fitters. Nothing wrong with that. Love the jingle, love the message, love the affordability, but it's not the most luxurious looking thing in the world. So having them separate, you can take your nice bubble bath with your Dr. Teals, drink your tea, and also watch your television. I've been trying to get my wife to let me put a TV in the bathroom for 3 years now. I have not won. I don't think I ever will, but you can do it just like Cara, but then you still have to shower. Also, if you and your partner want to shower and bathe at the same time, it's a nice bonding moment without someone stealing all the hot water or, you know, stepping on your toes. It's amazing. Definitely do this if you have the luxury of doing so.
Go back through here. Thank you, Leo, for guarding the door. Come here. This pool table is such a beautiful color. It's obviously vintage and just stunning. I'm pretty good at pools, so watch out, everybody. This is my favorite cue. It's pink. And then I like to just kind of stand. What? I'm joking. I knew that was there. That was probably really bad, wasn't it? Anyway, this is the secret door. I love things like escape rooms. That was kind of a lot of inspiration for this house, was like experiential. Again, like every room has a kind of different theme. So this is upstairs.
I will say that I really love the pool room because I think people have games like pool or their, what are they called? You can tell that I don't play any games. What's the one? Pinball. Having your pinball machines, and they just kind of like put them somewhere and you're like, okay, like I understand this is gonna be like your game room or your man cave or whatever, but it kind of just feels like out of place. But what she did here, she incorporated the white, it's bright. There's still decor on the walls, in the built-ins. It feels like a natural progression. There's still artwork. Plus there's a pool table. It's not a game room and then there's some other stuff. There's other stuff and it's also a game room. It just makes the house flow a little bit better.
I did not know this, but I feel like if you can, everyone needs to have a ball pit in a near vicinity. It doesn't matter what age you are. The meaning I have from this house is you just never grow up. You know, always kind of maintain some sort of childlike innocence or joy or just need for fun. They're really great for stress. You can't cry in a ball pit. I've tried. If you cry, jump in a ball pit. I want to see you feel like an idiot.
I definitely cried in a ball pit. Let's continue. Yeah, so I'm definitely picking that up from Cara's house tour. Again, I love the house. It is beautiful, but ball pits for a lot of people are very unsanitary. I personally will just have to venture to my local Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not sure that I can actually put this in my house, but it's a nice idea. I think maybe in your kids' room, if you have kids, maybe you can incorporate something like this. There's actually really easy ways to do that. But for normal people, I don't think so. Having an entire poker room, I don't think so. But you can have a poker area. I'm working with a client right now. We have a poker area in her basement, nice and manly, and you're gonna have the lights and the camera and the action, and you're gonna have Vegas, but just in one little tiny part of the house. You can't have the glitz and the glam and the curtains. Again, it's just about making the house flow. And when you're not dealing with like 1 million square feet, we have to be a little bit more practical, but that doesn't mean we have to sacrifice those design elements that we're really excited about.
I'm a big movie freak. This is the projector screen, which comes down from here, the sofa, and you just get cozy and just have a marathon of movies. It's been really great. On this screen specifically, watching anything David Attenborough or like Avatar, any like big cinema movies is crazy. Even watching an Apple screensaver on this thing is amazing. I've done that for a few hours. I've just been like,
I love that design element. I love this media room. So you've heard me talk about this before, but it's hard to find actual pictures of this, but she has a projector, but she also has art behind it. And projectors are amazing because you can pull down the screen and show whatever you want to show at the relevant time, but all the rest of the time, the house is still beautifully designed. And while hers comes out of the ceiling and not all of us can afford to do that, you can actually get projectors that you can just roll down or pull a cord down, but still have them up so that you can have the art in the core still behind it, but have that perfect movie screen when the time comes. You can get projectors really affordably on Amazon. You can actually get like tiny ones from Five Below. I don't know how well they work, but you can get projectors from anywhere. You can get these screens from anywhere, and they actually work beautifully.
This guitar was given by Karl Lagerfeld. This is my David Bowie signed guitar. This is obviously like crazy fan girl freak out, like can't even deal. I played drums since I was about 8, so like 20 years. Ow. Again, another secret door.
Also, pay attention to the fact that there are so many things throughout this home that actually have meaning to Cara, and that's really important. So we're always like, oh, we want this home to be beautiful. And her house is beautiful. There's absolutely no doubt about that, but there are things that matter to her. So Karl Lagerfeld, amazing designer, that makes sense for her. She has Chanel, that makes sense for her. She is a high fashion model. She has the David Bowie, she loves David Bowie. She has the David Bowie room. So she also has the David Bowie guitar. She has played drums forever. Everything that's in a space actually makes sense. She didn't just be like, oh, drums would look really cool here, therefore I'm gonna put drums in there. If you are obsessed with clowns, let's make a clown meteor. I don't know, but just do things that actually make sense for the things that you enjoy. Don't say, oh, this looks nice in someone else's space, let's do that. You can work off of like the color scheme and like the texture someone else has, but work off of the things that are actually important to you, because I promise you that's going to actually give your design some longevity and something that you actually want to stick with. Okay guys, that is the end of Cara Delevingne's house tour. I think it is a beautiful home. This is the epitome of maximalism. So if you've ever wondered what maximalism is, this is a great example of that. I really like watching this design tour with you. There were some things that I loved, there were some things that weren't for me, but this was mostly about showing you celebrity design, kind of impractical design versus more practical design, and how you can still get the glitz and the glam, the celebrity look, but in a more realistic way. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. And if you want to see more of these tours, let me know down below which ones you want to look at and which ones you want me to critique. I think it would be a total blast. And again, it's all about helping you achieve this look at home. Until next time, have a beautiful day.